What up, what up? If you're getting here early, make sure to drop a like on this stream and also share it out. I will be right back. All right. Let's jump into a little market open live stream. I think today is going to be an interesting day, so I wanted to pop up a live stream real quick and just take a look at what happens on this market open. We've kind of had a lack of volatility ever since this big sell-off we saw the other week at the start of the war fears. This morning, we obviously had a massive dip right here, kind of just get sucked back up to this top resistance line. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can break up above this and just how this morning is going to treat us. Taylor, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Yep, got the day off, so I figured I'd kick up a little morning live stream, jump into the news, take a look at what's going on, and see if we can get any interesting price action on the chart. Guys, like I said before, if you're getting here early, make sure to drop a like on the stream. Super, super helpful to getting more people in the chat, especially if you're on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, make sure to drop that like on the stream. It's super, super helpful. And if you have any questions, now's the best time to ask questions because the chat is free. The chat is free. Let's take a look at futures real quick. I'm curious how futures are opening up in the stock market. This is something I talk about a lot. I think right now futures are critical. John, good to see you. Poncho Bouncer, good to see you from Sweden. Absolutely awesome. Do you think the Fox interview with Brad, they agreed ahead of time not to talk about the $2 billion SEC fine? No, I just don't know how I don't know how interesting that is. I know it's interesting to a lot of us, but kind of the funny thing is it really doesn't matter for a lot of what Ripple is doing going forward. Like it's just your slap on the wrist, right? I mean, most of the important stuff was kind of already hammered out. So, I just don't know if that's like really that critical when you're bringing up a lot of the other topics, such as stable coins, such as Ripple's business expanding. For a lot of people, a lot of people already see Ripple as really winning this case. So, Defin, good to see you. Ray 6626, Daniel, nice to see everyone. Nice to see everyone. Yeah, guys, I wanted to see if we could get anything interesting on this market open. Obviously, there's a lot going on in the world right now. Hopefully, we can get some interesting volatility. The thing I'm watching right now on this XRP price chart is as drawn. I think it's pretty clear. We want to see XRP be able to push up out of this kind of range it's stuck in right here and start pushing back towards the middle section. If we can do that, we'll take a look at the macro chart real quick, or the more zoomed out chart, and I'll show you exactly what would happen if we were able to make that move. If we were able to make that move, we'd be really sitting right back in the center of this thing, right back into blast off zone. And then, as I've talked about a lot on this channel at this point, the thing I'm watching for is kind of the court case ending in this time frame right here. So I think all of that lines up very, very, very nicely. Can Fox promote a company without disclosing it's under a lawsuit? Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't know of any kind of law that would prevent. I mean, companies are always under lawsuits. Like Ripple's under like 5 other lawsuits right now outside of the SEC. Now, most of those lawsuits don't matter in the slightest, and that's why no one talks about them. But companies are always under lawsuits. So I don't think there's any clause out there saying that you can't talk about a company that's under lawsuit, right? Guys, we got 62 people on YouTube right now. Make sure you're smashing that like button. Super, super, super helpful. And keep the comments flowing. We're going to see how this market opens. We got 10 minutes until market opens. So we're going to keep an eye on the chart, see if anything changes there. If not, jump into the news and answer any questions. I'm going to go back to this shorter time frame just because I think this is kind of what's interesting right now, in my opinion. We've seen this consolidation pattern for XRP a lot. It kind of makes its big move of volatility, drops into a range, and then you can see what the next move is going to be. See, obviously here we had a mini one. We kind of created this form of consolidation, made our next big move down, and now we're kind of stabilizing here. Art Cafe, good to see you. What's the lowest support and next resistance level you're looking at? Well, honestly, right now, I feel like we're about as low as I would like to see us go. I really don't want to see us go much lower than we currently are. I don't think we would. I think we're kind of found a pretty solid support here. So I think this is probably the lowest we're going to go. But obviously, anything could kind of make that happen. If we had some kind of massive war catalyst that was really freaking people out, we could see things change in a really big way. Defense said they promoted Trump and he had 17 lawsuits against him. No, exactly. I think I don't know if there's anything to that. I remember once you said you work in medical. What exactly do you do? I do surgical robotics, so I can't get into too much detail there, but I do work in surgical robotics. Am I going to be a speaker at Vegas? I'm not going to be a speaker, but I will be at Vegas. Who knows? Maybe I'll jump on something like ad hoc, but nothing planned. Oh, yeah, I do have that chart up, Daniel. We'll take a look at that chart real quick, too. Oh, there we go. I can switch from tab to tab. Oh, that's awesome. I've been trying to figure out how to do this. This is so much better than me zooming out. Okay, cool. All right. Big steps being made here. This is huge. Okay, now I got ads popping up. All right. This is the dollar index chart that I'm watching right now. Like I said, these lines are not gospel at all. It's just to show a general trend. But what you can see here is that the general trend here is kind of the dollar trading down to the right. And I would assume that we're going to kind of regain this general pattern we're watching right now. So this chart goes down to 1967. I know a lot of times when I take a look at charts, you have to understand that past trends aren't necessarily proof that something's going to happen again in the future. But when you have a chart that's been downtrending since 1967, I mean, obviously, there's something to that. Now, I will say the logical answer for why the dollar has been downtrending, right, it is actually pretty simple. It's the simple fact that the United States is printing a lot of dollars. They have loose monetary policy. Essentially, they're wasting a lot of money. And because of that, right, the dollar strength is weakening. So I think, to me, it makes sense from a fundamental standpoint that the dollar would continue to kind of come down to these lower price ranges. Now, if we just think about it logically, if we go back to essentially what happened in history right here, right? We had record printing money. We printed record amounts of money because of COVID. Now, in my opinion, the long-term effect of that money printing is going to be the dollar weakening. So, obviously, I'm not just saying these lines are going to send the dollar down. I'm not saying because we have this trend is going to continue to exist just because it's a trend. But when you look at the macro picture of what the United States is doing with printing money, when you look at the macro picture of what inflation has done, it's counter-logical to see the dollar trading at these higher levels right here. With the loose monetary policy we've had, you would expect the dollar to be lower. Now, I believe it will make that move over the next couple of years, and I believe that will kind of go alongside an expansion in the market. So hopefully that makes sense to all of you guys. I always like to make that clear because if the United States, right, had a different president, not saying it has to be a certain president, one or the other, but if we had some kind of administration in place that was really focused on conservative monetary policy and really making it so that we didn't have a lot of these issues we've seen, I would expect the dollar, right, maybe it could break this trend. But based on the monetary environment we're in right now, based on our ability to just spend money whenever we want, create massive inflation, those aren't things that bode well for the future purchasing power of the dollar. So over time, I do think the dollar is coming down here at these lower levels. And if we just take a look at a very simple chart, right? Hold on. Yeah, so like this is the purchasing power of the dollar over time. And look, it's a little different from the other charts we were looking at because the dollar index is indexed against other currencies that are also being devalued. So technically, if other currencies are being devalued faster than the dollar, then the dollar can still kind of go up, even though it's being devalued. But long term, I think we're kind of reaching a stage where the reckless monetary policy of the United States is decreasing the purchasing power of the dollar, and that's likely going to flow into something we see on the dollar index, which the dollar index dropping is very, very good for asset prices. Not so great for you and me and people living in the United States. But, you know, I always tell people just because I say something's going to happen or I think something's going to happen or I'm looking at charts, it doesn't necessarily mean I want it to happen. It just means that's what I see going to happen. Let's take a look at the chat real quick. I'm watching XRP to BTC chart. Yeah, that's a great one. I'll pull that up in a second if I don't see anything else I need to jump on here. The X-Ted said, thank you for all your input. No problem, man. Love jumping on here and doing this. And just a quick reminder, right? If you're on YouTube, make sure to smash the like button. It's going to get as many people in here as possible. Market open in 3 minutes. So let's get this live stream out here before the market opens so everyone can jump in. Would really appreciate anyone sharing the live stream. If you're on X, right? Dropping the live stream or retweet would be super, super helpful. And if you're on YouTube, simply liking the stream does a ton to get more people in here. So appreciate that a lot. We laugh in Finland that our government is pacing. They've saved 10 billion over 4 years in the United States. Wow, that's crazy, Deefin. That's crazy. Yeah, no, Deefin, that's kind of the point I'm making. So like I said earlier, the dollar index is an index against other currencies. So obviously, if all other currencies are also going to crap, then the dollar index could kind of survive. But, you know, when you have other countries like Finland, like you just said, being more conservative with their monetary policy, well, then that index is going to, well, that conservative monetary policy is going to hurt the dollar over the long run. And guys, the only reason the dollar is significant is because right now people are running to the dollar to essentially save. And if people are running to the dollar to save, then they're not going to be running to things like Bitcoin, XRP, or other assets to kind of hedge the market. So over the long run, the dollar weakening is just going to make other assets go up. And most assets are paired against the dollar as well. XRP to BRC. I'm not sure what that is. I do want to take a look at XRP to BTC. So I'll pull that up real quick because I think that's an interesting chart. I kind of want to see where that's landing. XRP, BTC. And we're going to take a look on the weekly. Yeah, this is a good chart. And this is really highlighted by Taylor. It was obviously a chart that I've been watching for a while, but the interesting thing about this chart is that I didn't realize it kind of got to this very interesting floor. So let's pull open the chart real quick. Flip over the stream. All right, so this is the Bitcoin to XRP price chart. You got to be a little careful of these past times just because things were a lot less illiquid back then. But as you can see, we're at this kind of historical floor on XRP to Bitcoin. When you bring this into a lot of the other charts, then it's very, very easy to see how a big piece of news for XRP, like this court case ending, could really send this thing ripping. Almost every single time we've kind of gotten to the territory we're at right now, we've eventually seen that explosion in XRP's price chart. And these are no small explosions. Like if we take a look at this 2018 run, we're looking at a 5,000% move against Bitcoin. It's important to know that this is Bitcoin going up too. This is XRP outperforming Bitcoin. Here's another one. It's a 2,000% move of XRP against Bitcoin. Here's another one. It's a 600% move of XRP against Bitcoin. So look, this means that Bitcoin probably also went up 300% each one of these pumps. XRP just outperformed it. So every single time XRP has got down here, it's made this big volatile move. It's interesting to me. It almost just paints the picture perfectly. It's like if every single time XRP's big move happened, when you kind of reach this floor right here, right here, right here, it's funny to me that You know, like a lot of people were sitting here and saying, oh, why isn't XRP following the rest of the market? Why isn't XRP following the rest of the market? And it almost just seems like you bring up a chart like this and it's like, all right, well, I had to get here before that move actually happened. Why that is the case, guys, it's so hard to put any logical, fundamental reason on stuff like that. This chart is a phenomenon that is insane. It's crazy. It's hard to explain. Let's see what we got. You think he's Steve? Good to see you. True. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Oh, we just had the market open, so we'll jump over there in a second and take a look if anything interesting is happening. What's wrong with XRP? Just pray for the best. Oh, nothing's wrong with XRP. Look, let me pull up another chart for you guys. Look, a lot of people no, I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way, obviously, right? But I think a lot of people who wonder what's wrong with XRP just don't look at the past really. It paints a very unique picture when you just take a look at the past. Like go examine this price chart of XRP from 2013 to 2017, right? Look, this entire time XRP was consolidating down here. Bitcoin was going like this. Bitcoin was going up and to the right. And a lot of people were asking the same thing. They're like, what's wrong with XRP? Why isn't XRP moving? Blah, 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 blah. And then out of nowhere, right, XRP caught up in lightning fast fashion. And despite the fact that it didn't do so in the gradual motion Bitcoin was doing, it still ultimately performed. And I think there's just intense similarities between what happened back then with what's happening right now. So, I just I don't take issue with it, but I think it's important that we realize that just because XRP moves differently from the rest of the market doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Like I said, this entire time XRP was here, Bitcoin was going like this, but ultimately it didn't really matter, right? It didn't really matter if you had to wait a little longer to get from point A to point B, because if you take a look at where things ended up, point B was the same on both charts. It didn't matter how you went from A to B, you still got to the same price appreciation. So I think psychologically it's harder for some people to kind of watch an asset like Bitcoin go up and wait for something like XRP. For me, though, I would just say, if that was going to be an issue, right, then maybe you should have went into Bitcoin and XRP, right? Maybe Bitcoin would have been a nice thing to hold during the meantime so you don't feel FOMO. And meanwhile, XRP makes its big consolidation, makes its big move, and then you kind of have the price appreciation on both. I mean, personally, I have not been secretive about this at all. I've held Bitcoin for a long time, and it's because of this reason, right? I had a very strong feeling based on XRP's price it was going to do this. So, I just question, right? For the people who get so concerned, why would you expect things to be different this time if XRP's price has always moved in these ways? Great comment, Daniel. Great comment. Nothing wrong with XRP. Start buying, not altcoin season. Let me find the altcoin chart because that's a great chart. Actually, I should just be able to pull it up on TradingView. I should just be able to pull it up on TradingView. Oh, that's not the chart we were looking for. Alt. Does anyone know a good ticker for the altcoins? I think it's total. Oh, here we go. Total 2. I think this is kind of what we're looking for. And then I think we switch this to the weekly chart, and I think we get a better look. Yeah, so this is essentially what I was looking for. What we can see is we almost always have a consolidation pattern for the altcoins, kind of when we start pushing up to these parabolic levels. I mean, just take a look at what happened before. I think it's hard to look at this chart and not think the altcoins are eventually going to make a move like this. Yeah, and XRP, right, has never historically been the first altcoin to move. Yet total 2, awesome. Total 2 or total 3. I don't think it really matters to get too micro on exactly which one we go for. But, every single time the altcoins have kind of reached this level of right before they go parabolic, they've essentially had this time period where they kind of held their own, evened out a bit before ultimately making that move up. So I don't think anything we're watching right now is any different from what we've seen before in the past. To me, everything looks really, really solid, and I just get really excited from where we're sitting right now. Guys, we have 139 people on YouTube. Guys, if you're one of those 139 people, would really appreciate you going and liking the stream. It does a lot to help more people see it. If you're on mobile, I know you can hold your finger on the screen and it'll pull up a little display of where you can like the stream. Also, if you go to the upper right-hand corner, there's 3 dots. To like the stream, you have to hit those 3 dots, and it will lead you to a drop down where you could drop a like on the stream. If you're on X, a simple retweet would be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, everyone viewing from X. If you're just drop a retweet on the stream, super, super, super helpful. See what else we got. Let's see what we got in the chat right now. XRPD is a good chart too. I'll take a look at that. I always appreciate any of these chart suggestions. I want to get over to the yeah, this is very similar to XRP to BTC. Oh yeah, no, this is a good chart. I like this a lot. Appreciate this. Obviously, you had this one kind of time period back here that I think it's tough to evaluate with how early we are to XRP. We have this outlier, but obviously you have this same kind of thing formation where you have this extremely, extremely, extremely strong floor that we're essentially sitting at right now. Now, guys, it's impossible to say, like, because this has happened before in the past, we're going to see the same thing again. But I also think if you're looking for a place for XRP to make a big move, it makes a lot more sense for it to happen here rather than here. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Like it's just clear that this zone right here has caused massive pumps for XRP whenever it kind of got to this level. So very, very interesting to look at this chart and kind of just see all of these things telling the same exact story. Oh, guys, thank you so much. Your guys' likes on YouTube is really helping pump this thing. We got 155 people in here, so make sure to keep liking that. It's super, super, super helpful. Upper right-hand corner to do that. Yeah, I wanted to go back to the shorter time frame for XRP. Take a look at what we're looking at there. Yep, it looks like we're still trying to kind of muscle our way above this. I would love to see XRP kind of start moving up into here. That would be really, really good to see. Really good to see. Crypto Views has finally got me live. Awesome to see. Yeah, I've been trying to switch up the time frames a little bit for when I go live. I know obviously every person has a lot of stuff going on in their day. It's hard to find the perfect opportunity to actually catch people on a live, but hopefully the more I move it around, we can kind of find that time. Unfortunately, the stock market is not looking good right now. Stock market does not look like it wants to cooperate, which is really unfortunate because that's really been holding us back the last couple of days. Let's see, though. Sometimes we get a reversal after the first couple hours of trading. Sometimes everything really flips around. Linda, good to see you. Good to see you. Awesome having you in the chat. Mark Cox, please explain to me. They said XRP was a stable coin that needed to have a high value, but now we... yeah, Mark Cox, I don't want to like put anyone in blast here, but it doesn't make any sense at all for XRP to be a stable coin. I'm going to do something kind of funny here. I'm just going to use this trading view to draw you a picture. A lot of people, I think, have kind of got confused on XRP's business model. So Ripple's business model. I'll give you a couple very simple reasons why XRP can't be a stable coin. And I think this is going to make it very, very easy to see why that argument never really made any sense. All right. So institution A to institution B. What a lot of people think in terms of XRP being a stable coin is that institution A is sending institution B XRP. But that's really not how it works. Institution A is putting assets into XRP as a pool of liquidity, and Institution B is getting assets out. So XRP is being used as a liquidity pool here, right? It's not being used to transfer the value. It doesn't matter if XRP is going up and down, because if you have a total of, let's just say, $1 billion of value, oh God, $1 billion of value right here, and institution A wants to send institution B $500, then you're just using You're just using that XRP as liquidity to send that payment. So it doesn't actually have to be a stable value, right? It doesn't make any sense. XRP is just being used as liquidity. Now, let me show you the issue if XRP is a stable value. Say this pool, right, instead of 1 billion, say this pool is only $500 of value in the entire XRP ledger ecosystem, and say that's what XRP is stable at. Obviously, this is a gross under exaggeration, but just say it. Say institution B wants to send, say institution A wants to send institution B $600 of value. Well, now you have this liquidity in the middle that's way too low to handle the payment. Now, the best mechanism of XRP is the price is volatile. So if XRP needs more liquidity, the price just goes up and boom, you have that liquidity. If XRP needs less liquidity, the price just goes down and boom, you scale the liquidity down to handle what's needed. But when you have a stable value, then XRP can never scale to the liquidity demand of the pool. So it doesn't make sense for XRP to have a stable value because, one, XRP is not moving from institution to institution. They're just using it as liquidity to send one asset to another. And two, if you did have XRP at a stable value and you needed more liquidity, well, there's no way to scale the liquidity. So you're actually constraining the network to a point where, boom, suddenly, if you need more liquidity, you can't get it. So I don't think there's a lot of good arguments for why XRP would need to be a stable currency. I understand kind of why that thinking might have been a thing of the past, but I just think we're kind of moving past that really making sense. So hopefully that answers your question. I don't want to dive too much into it. It just doesn't seem to me like it really makes a ton of sense to have XRP at a stable value. Look, no one knows how big this market's going to get. Say they pegged the price of XRP to say $10, right? And they say that should be perfect for what we need in the future. And then in the future, it far outseeds the demand. And then you need XRP at $100. What are you going to unpeg it to $10 and then set it to $100? I just think that's absurd. No problem, Mark. No problem. No, look. There's some confusion based on the old way of thinking. The old way of thinking was that, right, XRP would be the thing transferred from institution to institution, which I think makes sense, but it just makes so much more sense for XRP to be liquidity, and that's how XRP is being used now. So I think a lot of people kind of hang on to the old way XRP was being used. I think a lot of people kind of cling on to that use case for XRP. I just think we've kind of moved past that. And I think some people kind of hang on to the theories of the past, which, look, I have theories all the time that are wrong. I'm not holding it against anyone in the community, or it doesn't make me think any less of them. So I don't want anyone to misinterpret me kind of going against this idea. For all I know, I'm wrong, right? For all I know, I'm completely wrong. On kind of how my own theory works, but I just want to throw it out there. Garlinghouse on Fox agreed with that Ripple is the future framework for future financial system. Deefen, that was a very interesting interview. Look, I don't know. Brad Garlinghouse is obviously incentivized to think Ripple's going to win everything, so. Oh, Taylor, well, good to have you back, man. Good to have you back. That reminds me, I should probably just make sure I don't have anyone contacting me. Got the day off, but still want to make sure I'm up to date on anything. Yep, we're looking good here. XRP stable at 1 million. There you go. Yeah, Pancho, but then look, the best part about XRP is it scales supply and demand, right? It scales supply and demand. Why would you want to get rid of that perfect scaling ability? And also, it's the free market. It's capitalism. That's what dictates XRP's price. I think this whole idea of setting the price, it's like, what do we want? Like, now we don't believe in capitalism. Now we don't believe in free markets. It's like a volatile cryptocurrency is at the center of every single ecosystem. You guys are awesome. Yes, make sure to hit the like button. We have 173 people on YouTube, 724 on X, which is electric. Guys, make sure you share the stream. You like it. I know it's annoying that I always ask that, but look, it actually makes a massive, massive difference. I wish I didn't have to constantly say it, but every single time I say it, a lot of people say, oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Let me go do that right now. So I really, really appreciate everyone taking a couple seconds to do that. It's really helpful. YouTube, it's the upper right-hand corner. You can actually hold your finger on the screen and we'll do that. Guys, it looks like XRP is kind of trying to push back up to this range right now. That would be kind of an exciting thing to happen on the live stream. So let's see if we can get back above this range. Ultimately, I'll just zoom out for anyone new joining here. I don't think it's very hard to see what I want to happen for XRP on this short time frame. We want to see XRP kind of push out of this range, make this a certain bottom formation, make this the bottom for all that war news, and eventually XRP to move back up in here. If that happens, then what we're going to see on the longer term time frame is kind of XRP coming right back within this formation we've been watching in the XRP community forever, and then that puts us in perfect position for this purple box. What is this purple box? Well, it's the end of the Ripple SEC case. We're going to see an end of the Ripple SEC case somewhere between May 20th and the end of the summer, and that's where XRP falls perfectly within this formation. If that's it's crazy to see how those kind of things fly out, but that's exactly how it's lining up. So just wanted to share that. That's why we're kind of watching this shorter time frame. If we really can kind of push back up to that 62 cents, actually might be a little high based on that chart. We really just want to come to the middle of this thing, which is 54 cents. So let's go back to the shorter time frame and see where XRP would have to be to get to that 54-cent range. Yeah, so let me edit this a little quick. I mean, just, real quick. XRP only really has to jump up to there to really be looking good, which is very, very doable. Very doable. Crypto view in the purple box we trust. Yeah, I mean, the good news is like it's actually the end of the case there. So a lot of fighting. We had a lot of fighting to get there. We had a lot of long delays and court battles, but we've made it. Ed, good to see you. Ed on X and YouTube, man. Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Always love having you. Sober Days, welcome, welcome, welcome. Why does it have to go all the way to the apex of the triangle? Well, to be completely honest with you guys, right? I mean, this triangle has been extended multiple times because people have thought there was going to be breakouts that weren't, right? People thought, this was going to be a breakout. People thought this was going to be a breakout. And it kind of just gets pushed longer and longer as we continue to consolidate within this thing. But you know, I think the part that people miss who kind of complain that it's getting longer and it's just being made up is I don't know how you could. Oh, sorry. I thought I was sharing the chart. Hold on one second. Okay. Yeah. So obviously they thought there was going to be a breakout here. We thought there was going to be a breakout here. And a lot of people say, oh, the triangle just gets longer and longer and longer. I just want to like make it clear, like you can make that point, but there's also no way to deny what you're looking at. I mean, what we're seeing is the highs are getting lower. The lows are getting higher, and it's just squeezing the price until ultimately we have a big form of volatility. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that when this formation plays out, we automatically see it to the upside. We can see it to the upside or downside. My argument is that because XRP's fundamentals are through the roof, we will be appreciating in price to the upside. And look, that gets mashed against a whole bunch of other stuff we've seen, including things like the altcoin market about to break out, Bitcoin already being near all-time highs, XRP to Bitcoin dominance being at its low. So it's a combination of a lot of factors that I think ultimately get us to this point where we can be confident that the next big move for XRP will be to the upside. Look, if we were sitting in that triangle formation, right, and rather than XRP being at these lows to Bitcoin dominance, we saw XRP trading up here, then I would have a different opinion, right? My opinion would be that XRP is probably going to do something like this and underperform against Bitcoin. So it's not me, right, necessarily thinking, oh, because we get to this end of the formation, it's like some God signal. No, it's just a lot of things all lining up at the same time that tells us that volatility is around the corner. If you can give me a good argument for why that volatility is going to be to the downside, look, I'll have that conversation with you. If we saw, right, a lot of really negative things coming out against XRP and Ripple, if we saw Ripple losing the case, if we saw builders running away from the XRP ledger, if we saw Ripple's products failing, look, this would all be great reasons to say, oh no, this volatility might be down to the downside. But fundamentals tell us the volatility is going to be the upside. Things like this XRP to Bitcoin chart tell us that this volatility is going to be to the upside. And then just common sense of understanding that XRP is a top tier cryptocurrency and is likely going to be one of the leaders going into this market that we've been building. So kind of a lot of things there. I just want people to realize that, right, it's not some like magical formation that means, oh, automatically we moon. We're just predicting that we're going to see a lot of volatility, and the fundamentals are telling us that volatility is probably going to be to the upside. First dog, great question. Yeah, guys, feel free to drop any questions in the chat. I know we're kind of just watching the XRP price chart here, but that's more of like a background thing, right? That's more of a background thing. So any interesting comments or questions are definitely appreciated. Looks like the stock market's recovering a little bit, guys. This could be really, really good. We can get a nice stock market day in. I'll throw your question on. What would classify as Ripple losing the case? Funny enough, I don't think Ripple can lose the case. I think Ripple losing the case would be XRP being a security, or Judge Torres really ruling against most of Ripple's business activities. I just think most of that's out the door. Like, based on XRP not being a security, I think Ripple is essentially one of the most important parts of this case. Technically, right, anything can happen. Technically anything can happen, but I just don't see things really going that poorly for Ripple or XRP at this point. Flare is doing good. Let me take a look at Flare. I'm going to take a look at my phone real quick at the Flare chart and see if it's anything ultra interesting or it's more of just a bounce we're seeing. Oh, yeah, Flare's got a nice little consolidation going. Over the long term, yeah, Flare's doing insane. Players doing insane. Also, guys, reminder, make sure to like the stream. Make sure to like the stream. Super helpful. If you're an X, share the stream. We're almost up to 200 people on YouTube. So if you're one of the 183 people in here, guys, hold your finger down on the screen. It'll let you drop a like, or go to the upper right-hand corner. There's 3 dots. You can drop a like there. If you're on X, any kind of retweet or sharing the stream would be super helpful. We just broke 1,000, so it looks like we're cooking this morning. Nice to see everyone kind of waking up and joining. We're just watching the market open, see if we can get anything interesting. Just watching the shorter time frame right now, but any questions are also very appreciated. Love kind of jumping into the questions. I got my family and friends into XRP this week. They've known for years I've been a holder, and finally blitzed them with this bullish charts, and they knew it was time. That's awesome, Taylor. That's awesome. I don't onboard too many people in my personal life, to be completely honest with you. I have family members that I've onboarded, but for a lot of people, it's just too much of a headache going through like how to buy it and stuff. One of the things that I really always point to is the Grayscale fund that has XRP in it. I point a lot of people to that just because it's easy for them to buy it in their brokerage, and I don't have to get questions on custody. Yeah, that's good, Taylor. I'm busy enough as it is, kind of with dealing with people in the cryptocurrency market, right, who I work with on a daily basis. So that's absolutely awesome, Taylor. I wish I had more time to be able to I wish I had more time to be able to help more people in my own personal life, kind of learn this market and get into it. But at the end of the day, I kind of tell them, like, look, I go live every single day on a YouTube channel. So if you want advice, you can just join that. I can't wait for the day people in my personal life come up to me and tell me, like, oh, I can't believe you never told me about XRP. It's like, what do you think I've been doing for the last 3 years? It's like all I talk about. Tiger, good to see you. Vegas Andrew, what up, what up? Vegas Andrew, you better be in Vegas, man. You better be at XRP Vegas. With that kind of name, you better be at Vegas. Those moves only work from streaming from mobile. Oh, so I don't... Wait, is this liking the stream different when I'm streaming from a desktop? That would be wild. Oh no, it's only if you're okay. I got you. I got you. If you don't see the three dots, then X out of the chat, and then the like button is on the left. Thank you so much, Daniel. Really appreciate that. Really, really do. What do you think the options are for the escrow account over the long term? That's a great question. Look, the escrow account, I believe, is going to be a vehicle used to distribute XRP to a lot of big institutions. I question if some institutions already have an allocation of the escrow. And let me talk about why real quick. What we learned in the Ripple SEC case is that there are a lot of contracts behind the scenes between Ripple and institutions. One thing that institutions specifically in the United States can't do is buy XRP from Ripple, right? Why can't they do that? Because one, a lot of these institutions don't have the custody in place. A lot of these institutions, it's illegal for them to buy XRP. And obviously, one of the charges by the SEC in the case was that Ripple can't sell XRP to U.S. institutions. So Ripple was obviously always very careful of doing this kind of stuff. Let's kind of advance this topic to the next part. Why would institutions want an allocation of Ripple's XRP? Well, obviously, these institutions are very bullish on crypto. We see them stepping in a big way, but they can't actually hold a lot of these cryptocurrencies because of regulatory reasons. Because of that, in my opinion, it's very possible that a lot of these institutions have options contracts on the escrow that essentially at a certain predetermined date, they can get an allocation of that escrow essentially allocated to them, and then they would have access to XRP without actually holding it for all these years. I think that some portion of the XRP escrow is made up in that kind of fashion. I believe another portion of the XRP escrow is going to be used for Ripple's utility, essentially building out their products. And look, some might just be put back onto the market. I think other than that, maybe automated market makers, maybe some lending, maybe Ripple can offer some kind of rewards, and then using that XRP to incentivize building, right? Getting projects that have great ideas but need funding, that XRP can be used for that. So there's a lot of different facets that XRP can be used. The worst argument I ever hear for what to do with the escrow is burn it. That's like me saying that, I have a lot of money in my bank account, and to make you guys more rich, I should just burn the money in my bank account, because if I burn the money in my bank account, there's going to be less US dollars in existence, and therefore you guys are more rich. Look, like theoretically, right, you can make an argument maybe that's how it works, but it really doesn't in all practical senses. It doesn't work like that. If me and you are all working together in the same ecosystem, then you're actually incentivized to let me have a lot of money, because then I can use my money to help bolster the ecosystem, build out more operations, help funnel different resources into kind of the operation. And that's what Ripple uses XRP for. So yeah, exactly, Taylor. Burning the escrow makes no sense. I tell people this all the time. Like, for the people who want to burn the escrow, look, if Ripple didn't have the escrow, they probably couldn't afford to fight the SEC in court. The escrow has been a big part of that. And if Ripple couldn't fight the SEC in court, XRP would be a security right now and essentially untouchable by institutions. So look, the escrow has done a lot to already help this ecosystem. It's going to do a lot to help this ecosystem in the future. And I always tell people, the richer Ripple is, the better it is for all of us. Because, look, I don't subscribe to the argument that the XRP ledger ecosystem is all Ripple, right? That's silly. But having Ripple have a war chest and able to walk into rooms with central banks and large institutions and be able to throw their weight around as a heavy hitter because of their financial resources, it's huge. The more powerful Ripple is, the more powerful they can get XRP on the main stage. So I just want to make that clear, right? The Ripple being as powerful as possible is good for us because we have the same interest in Ripple, a high-priced XRP. So the more powerful Ripple is, the more they can drive adoption for XRP at that high level, the better it's going to be for us. And let's just face it, guys. You don't walk into a room with central banks with a couple $100,000 and expect to make a change. You need to have a lot of money. You need to have a lot of power. You need to be a heavy hitter to make those meetings happen. And the reason Ripple has made those meetings happen at the end of the day is just because of money. They were able to buy people like Rosie Rios. They were able to buy people like former BlackRock members. They were able to buy people who have connections to a lot of these big institutions. They were able to put on swell events and invite central bankers. And that's how they've essentially showed these big institutions, hey, we're not like the rest of the cryptocurrency industry. We're doing this in a professional manner. David said years ago the escrow was set up to defend themselves if needed to down the line. Exactly, Taylor, you're so right. And look, there could be other use cases for the escrow in the future, but it's so obvious that right now the escrow has essentially been a war chest for Ripple, the company. It's essentially been a backstop to make sure that this ecosystem can flourish like they wanted it to. Building these systems is not cheap. And the other thing I want to make very clear is almost every single cryptocurrency project has some kind of an escrow. Almost every single cryptocurrency project has some kind of an escrow. It's just they don't tell you about it. They just hide it. So a lot of people will say like, oh, well, I don't know how many tokens this project has, therefore it's better than knowing. And I think that's so silly. No, Messi, I'm not for burning any portion of it. Messi, let me show you this, because I think this alone could delete any question about the escrow burning making any sense. And look, I don't want you guys to think that you have to agree with me because my opinions are whatever. But I think this is going to be a really powerful argument against burning the escrow. Take a look at this. I think this is the best argument you can make about burning the escrow. I want to see what you guys think about this. Share my screen. All right, what you're looking at right here is a chart of XRP against XLM. These charts are almost exactly the same, right? Almost exactly the same. What did XLM do? They burned their entire escrow. Where is the difference on the price? Where is the difference for XLM outperforming XRP because they burned their escrow? Ever since the escrow has been burned, you actually see that XLM has underperformed XRP. It's been that escrow being burned that's hurt XLM. It made absolutely no difference in the price of XLM. In fact, it's hurt the price of XLM. Now, logically, a lot of us sit here and say that doesn't make any sense, right? That doesn't make any sense. Why would burning tokens not help the price? And it's because the total amount of tokens in circulation doesn't necessarily correlate directly to the price, because what the market is telling you that, hey, Stellar just burned their war chest. What if Stellar gets sued by the SEC? What if Stellar has issues going forward? What if Stellar needs those tokens, that value in the future? Now they don't have it. We see this as harmful to the ecosystem. So a lot of people think it's super simple. A lot of people think it's just, hey, if we get rid of tokens, price goes up. That's not how it works. It just isn't. And a chart like this just makes it so obvious. How could we ever look at this chart, right, of XLM against XRP and say burning the escrow helped XLM? If you're going to make that argument, just point to me where that happened. Where did it help XLM? And I just want to make this very clear to people who might be sitting in this room right now, maybe just watching and thinking, oh, I've always thought that burning would have helped the token price, but I guess it has nothing to do with it, right? Just take a look at this chart and just take a good look at it. I think understanding this chart is going to make it really, really easy for you to understand that burning the escrow isn't actually doing what a lot of people think it's going to do. So I just want to make that clear, right? It's really, really important that we kind of drive that home in the XRP community. If the escrow burners got their way before the Ripple SEC case, Ripple would be screwed right now. XRP would be a security, and we'd be in a very, very bad place. No, it would really hurt long term, Messi. It would really hurt long term. It would hurt really, really bad if Ripple didn't have the resources to keep building out the XRP ecosystem. The escrow is collateral, yeah. And what a lot of people don't understand is, guys, every single token in an escrow has already hit the public market. So this is an interesting fact, and I think you guys are going to find this very interesting, because I think CoinMarketCap is actually wrong. I think CoinMarketCap actually has the XRP supply completely wrong. Take a look at this, and this is something I made a video on a long time ago. Didn't really get a ton of attention because a lot of people have a hard time thinking like this, but I don't believe that the circulating supply of XRP right now is 55 billion. I believe all the XRP in existence have already hit the ecosystem. They have. Every single XRP in existence has already been out in escrow. So what does that mean? It means CoinMarketCap's calculation of XRP is actually wrong. This is wrong. CoinMarketCap's calculation of XRP should be based on all 100 billion XRP, and the XRP market cap should be essentially right up there with Solana at 54 billion, because they're only using half of XRP when all the XRP has been released. It is so dumb to be calculating XRP's market cap based off this 55 billion XRP number, because the total supply is 100 billion, and we know that. We know the total supply is 100 billion. Now, let me tell you why this is so silly. At the end of the day, Ripple's escrow is just a wallet. So why is Ripple's wallet for their escrow any different than my wallet? Why don't we subtract my wallet from the total XRP circulating supply? Why don't we subtract Uphold's wallet? Why don't we subtract all these other wallets? It's absolutely silly to be subtracting Ripple's wallet from the total circulating supply. Now, this is whatever CoinMarketCap believes, which I believe is wrong. But if you take XRP's total supply instead of that fake 55 billion market cap, then it's a completely different equation. Well, Clown, it doesn't really matter if they're free or not. The XRP in my wallet aren't free. The XRP I have aren't free. Those XRPs aren't going to be sold. I'm telling you right now. But Clown, it doesn't really matter because the market knows those coins are there. So here, Clown, let me give you a very good example. Let me give you a really good example of this, because I think this is hard for people to understand. When it comes to stocks, right? When a company goes public, a company will go public with issued shares and non-issued shares. The market cap is calculated on the non-issued shares. Why is the market cap calculated on the non-issued shares and the issued shares and not just the issued shares? Because the market knows that the non-issued shares are eventually going to come into issuance. Those non-issued shares are eventually going to be there. That is the same exact thing with XRP. Everyone knows that supply is eventually going to hit the market, and the market has already accounted for this. The market has already factored this in. The market only has a hard time factoring stuff in when something new happens that is not pre-planned for. So everyone knows that the market is going to everyone knows that this 100 billion XRP is going to come back into the market. Yes, Clown, you can issue shares as a company. No, Clown, you're actually not correct there. You're actually not correct. When you go public with a set amount of shares you can ever release. Now you can amend the charter for the company, but if you're a company and you go public with a set amount of shares you can ever issue. You can now change your charter and issue more shares, but the market cap of the company is based on the total amount of shares you said you would issue when you originally go public. So it's not infinite at all. That's part of the right of being a shareholder, is you can't be diluted to infinity. There's only a set amount of shares you can issue. And that's why I think it's so silly that when we look at cryptocurrencies, we know the total amount of XRP that's already been taken into account by the market. Yeah, no, Clown, that's not true. That's not true. Look, it's Securities 101. It's Securities 101. It's one of the first things you learn about when you're becoming an investment advisor. You cannot issue infinite shares based on a corporate charter. There's a set amount. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Market caps of cryptocurrencies are based. All right, look. I don't want to have this argument. It's fundamentally incorrect. Mickle. Brad Garlinghouse says 95% went to non-domestic institutions yesterday on Fox. Can someone just time out Clown for a little bit? He just needs a little break here. Mickle Brad Garlinghouse says 95% went to non-domestic institutions yesterday on Fox. Yes, exactly, right? Absolutely. Like, look, Ripple's expanding their business outside the United States in dramatic fashion. And the fact that they're doing this really just shows that most of the institutions out there are just looking at the United States and being like, look, I could care less about what the United States is doing. We want to build out their business. So I think it's a really good sign that the rest of the world is saying we don't care. I actually remember a very funny interview of a Saudi Arabian company, a Saudi Arabian central bank, who literally said in an interview, we don't give about the SEC, which I think just shows you, right, that these people don't care. They think it's so stupid. What these institutions see is they're saving money, they're moving money faster, their business is expanding because of XRP. And it makes absolutely no sense for them to essentially be limiting what they can do as a business based on dumb political moves by the United States. Yeah, I know this is a little bit of a complex topic, but I hope this made sense to the majority of people out there just on the total circulating supply of XRP. Look, we already know how many total XRP are going to be in existence. And I hope you understand that that's why XLM, the price, right? Nothing happened when they burned those XLM. The market already knows there's this amount of XRP. The market totally already knows there's going to be this amount of XRP. It's already factored in. So when XLM burned the escrow, all the market was looking and thinking, that makes no sense. Why would you do that? We already knew that XLM was going to be there. You just hurt the ecosystem. Yeah, no, I don't think. Look, Clown wasn't making. I don't think he was being malicious or anything. I'm perfectly fine with him being back, but I just want to make it clear, right? Like, some of that stuff was just wrong. So I don't want to sit here and argue about stuff that's not wrong. That's not right. When you go public as a company, there's a set amount of shares you can issue dictated by your corporate charter, and you can amend your corporate charter, but the market goes forward basing the total market cap of the company based on the total amount of shares you can issue, because the market needs to know, right, that you're not going to be diluted to infinity. Messi said, I heard Stellar burned the XLM because of the SEC, so they can't sue them. Yeah, Messi, I've heard that theory too. I don't know how much truth there is to it. I really don't. We have no idea whether or not the SEC was ever going to sue XLM. We have no idea if that made a difference. Look, it's a foolish move, right? It's a foolish move at the end of the day. Let me talk about why it's a foolish move. Let's break this down, because Messi, that's a really good point. And I think you're probably right, Messi. I think you're probably right. I think Stellar probably did burn the escrow so they wouldn't get sued by the SEC. But let's talk about why it was actually foolish. What we're seeing based on the XRP to XLM price chart is there's been no difference in XLM's price to XRP. So avoiding this case hasn't actually helped XLM in any way. That is a massive backfire on XLM. Now, what's the other thing? Burning XLM's escrow, think of how many billions of dollars was destroyed in doing that. XLM probably destroyed, let's see, the market cap of XLM is 27 billion. So get a load of this. Get a load of this. Stellar burned $13 billion to avoid a case against the SEC. Ripple has only spent $200 million. So it's the most unprofitable move in history to burn the escrow to try to avoid the case. XLM burned $13 billion trying to avoid a case. $13 billion. Ripple has spent $200 million. It's such an unprofitable move. And you can't even make the point, avoiding the case allowed us to grow our ecosystem and expand, and it allowed us to have price appreciation in the meantime. Look, it just hasn't worked. Look, Messi, Jed doesn't have to be a stupid person to make a mistake, right? Mistakes are made all the time, and we don't even know if it was Jed's idea. Because Stellar is a nonprofit, it could have been other people on the board who took control. It's super important to understand that We don't even know how involved Jed really is with XLM anymore. Maybe he's still involved in every single day, but it's not hard to look at what happened and see it backfiring. Look, Messi, let me just break down real quick. For you what I think a successful burn would have been. If Stellar burned the XLM, and XLM instantly doubled in price, that would have been a successful burn. If XLM burned that escrow and XLM then performed against XRP in a way it wasn't performing before, that would have been a successful burn. If those are the only two scenarios in which the burn made sense. Other than that, now the Stellar Foundation is just poor compared to where they were before. They wasted 13 billion and came out of it with nothing. The only thing that happened was maybe they avoided a hypothetical SEC case, but it would have been cheaper just to fight the case. So look, I have big issues. With that move by XLM. It's hard for me to see what the benefit was. If XLM was performing against XRP right now, then look, we would be having a completely different conversation. But it's important we take a look at what happened from that burn and analyze, hey, did this actually help anything? Did this make sense? Did this cause the price of XLM to react differently than it would have? And I just have a hard time finding exactly what is different than with that burn happening, or if things are even better. To me, things almost look like they're worse, and it's because they destroyed $13 billion worth of value. The SEC would go after Stellar regardless of the burn. There's absolutely no rhyme or reason to these lawsuits. Yeah, look, I agree with you, Taylor. I do think Messi is right. I think Stellar did burn the escrow to try to avoid a Ripple SEC case. So my point is just that it wasn't a smart move. I don't think it was a smart move at all. It just doesn't really make any sense to me. Look, and I'm open to being wrong. I'm very open to being wrong. If maybe 2 years down the line, Stellar comes up with some really good reason for why they burned the escrow, and it turns out that I was incorrect in saying this, look, I will raise my hand and say, look, I completely misunderstood this. Stellar was right to burn the escrow, and I'll raise my hand and admit defeat here. I'm just telling you guys what I see based on the chart. It's hard for me to look at this and get excited about why the escrow is burned. Fire Dog, thank you so much for the donation, man. And let me just say real quick before I get into this question, because I really appreciate the support for the channel, Fire Dog. You guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. Guys, make sure to like the stream. Drop a like for Fire Dog coming in with a big donation. Super helpful. He said, do you think XRP is holding the price between 40 and 65, and why? Also, if Ripple's IPO, does that mean XRP holders have options to get it directly from Ripple's IPO and not directly related to XRP? Maybe I'm misunderstanding IPO. All right, so I'm just going to pin this so I can continue to read it. There's a couple things at hand here, and let me just go to the XRP price chart kind of while we talk about this. First of all, do you think XRP is holding the prices between 40 cents and 65 cents? All right, I'm going to assume you're saying, I think Ripple is holding XRP's price between 40 and 65 cents? No, I just believe XRP is waiting for a big catalyst to come in to really get its price moving. Look, we can take a look at this price chart right here and see that right now XRP is essentially looking to break out as soon as the end of this case hits. This purple box is the end of the case. So I think right now the XRP price chart is saying, give us a catalyst to make me rip, and it's waiting for that price to end. I don't think it has anything to do with Ripple holding the price there, to be completely honest with you. There's different theories around that, but I just think XRP is waiting for that big catalyst. We have seen other times before in history, and I think this is really important to understand, that XRP has gone on these long consolidation patterns, specifically back here from 2013 to 2018. So I don't think what we're seeing right now is really abnormal. Let's move on to the IPO question now. Also, if Ripple IPOs, does that mean XRP holders have options to get in early if it's Ripple's IPO, not directly related to XRP? Maybe I'm misunderstanding IPO. All right, so let me break this down from a very zoomed out perspective. An IPO is just Ripple, the company, going public. XRP is a digital asset. XRP has nothing to do with the IPO. Ripple going IPO just means that Ripple's equity is going to trade on the public market. There's no option for XRP holders to get into Ripple's IPO. Now, if you want to get shares in Ripple, the company right now, the private shares, you can do that if you're an accredited investor. Now, if you aren't an accredited investor, then essentially you have to wait for Ripple to go public via their IPO, and then their stock will trade on the stock exchange. So it doesn't actually have to do anything with XRP. Ripple is a company. They have public equity. XRP is a decentralized asset. Right now, you can buy XRP, the decentralized cryptocurrency, on any exchange. You cannot buy Ripple's equity, their stock, on any kind of an exchange because they're a private company. So if you want to invest in Ripple, the company, you need to be an accredited investor, and you have to get in via a private placement. When they go IPO, their equity will be able to be traded anywhere in the world on public exchanges. And from that point on, right, you can then become an investor in Ripple, the company. But buying XRP and buying Ripple stock are completely different. I hope that answers the majority of your questions. Feel free to follow up if I missed anything or you want any clarification. I really do appreciate that donation, man. And hopefully I was able to answer most of that. The XRP Scrum, thank you, man. Really, really, really appreciate it. He said, we know why XRP stablecoins are good for Ripple, but can we explain why stablecoins are good for the price of XRP? Yeah, no, 100%. And that's a great question. I'm glad you acknowledge how good the stablecoin is for Ripple, the company. The XRP Scrum, one of the things that, and I'm just going to pull up a new screen for when I talk about this, just because I always like to have something on the screen that's kind of related to what we're talking about. So one of the things critical to any DeFi ecosystem is a stablecoin. Stablecoins are just critical to DeFi. It's very, very important that we have a premium stablecoin on the XRP ledger. And what we're, whoa. Hold up. We just had a massive amount of XRP locked in this DeFi in the automated market maker. Wow, this is surprising. All right. Let me finish your question, XRP Scrum. Having a stable coin is absolutely critical to any ecosystem, right? Any DeFi ecosystem. You just need stable units of value when you're on a decentralized ecosystem. Look, you want to be able to cash out in a dollar-denominated unit. You want to be able to hold value at a single dollar for short periods of time, for long periods of time. You just need a stable coin in a DeFi ecosystem. It's like asking, why do we need a dollar in our economy today? You could just use gold or anything else, or you could use your volatile assets. You could, but people just want a dollar. So it's just really good to have that for a DeFi ecosystem. It's really good to just have a unit of value that stays at 1 on the XRP ledger. And I'm not even sure if I have to make it any more complex than that. It's just necessary for any ecosystem to have that dollar-denominated unit. And the more trusted that dollar-denominated unit is, the better it is. So Ripple issuing a premium stablecoin on the XRP ledger is just really, really good in terms of having a dollar-denominated unit on the XRP ledger for people to transact with. Look, there's a couple different ways I can take that, but hopefully that really kind of makes it clear. You need that on any DeFi ecosystem. It was really lacking with the XRP ledger for a while. Ripple's going to be giving us his premium feature to have that stablecoin. And stable coins are people just like them in these decentralized applications. Guys, what I wanted to talk about is I just came onto here and we now see that the Solo to XRP pair has 1.2 million XRP in it. 1.2 million XRP. This Solo to XRP pair just jumped the USDC to XRP pair. So that is huge. That is huge. I'm going to take a look at how much XRP is now locked up in the AMM because I think we might have just seen a massive spike in this. Yeah, we just saw a huge spike in the XRP locked in the AMM. We're now at 2.7 million XRP locked in the AMM. 2.7 million XRP locked in the AMM. We got 1.2 mil in the top pool and a million XRP in the next pool. Super, super good. Super good. This is good for price because, guys, this is XRP that's not going to be now sold on the public market. This XRP is getting locked up in here for liquidity. This is outstanding. Watching these pools grow is very, very fun. Wow. Really, really good stuff here, guys. Really good stuff. In the spirit of crypto utility, I bank with you with 40 XRP, sir. Red Wave, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look, if you have any specific question you want answered, feel free to drop it, bro. But I really appreciate that donation. You guys are so supportive of this channel every single day. It's so awesome jumping on here, getting to interact with you guys. So really, really appreciate the support you guys throw at the channel. It really does mean a lot and really gets me super motivated to do these things on a daily basis. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just going to do a quick recap. Silver Days, a member of the channel. Silver Days, I thought you were already a member, but welcome to being a member again, maybe. Fire Dog, absolutely amazing. Thank you for that awesome question and the donation. The XRP Scum, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome question. And Red Wave, thanks for the utility payment, man. Absolutely amazing. You guys are awesome. Yeah, guys, but look, seeing this liquidity getting thrown into the automated market maker is amazing. Tracy, I love you, Tracy. Thank you for coming here every single day. I'm glad you love the channel so much. Love being able to do this content for you guys. Yeah, guys, we're only 8 days into the AMM and to see millions of XRP already locked in. I mean, it's just really exciting. And this isn't even the total value locked. This is only XRP. So let me see if I can find the total value locked in the XRP ledger, because it's probably close. It's actually probably a pretty easy calculation. It's probably close to $3 million. Oh, Fire Dog, you are an accredited investor. Oh man, I'm glad I was able to help you, and thank you again for that. Thank you again for that donation. $5, Fire Dog. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are an accredited investor. I go directly to Ripple to buy the shares today before an IPO. Okay, Fire Dog, let me just make a couple of things clear to you, because first of all, obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. You're an accredited investor, which is good, because that means that you are sophisticated enough to make decisions for yourself. Oh, thank you, Silver Days, man. Love to have you as a member. So you don't go to Ripple yourself. You can buy those shares on a platform like Link2, LINQU. Sorry, let me just pull it up for you before I try to. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to share the screen for you. This is the platform. This is the platform. This is where you can get those Ripple shares. You're going to have to sign up, make an account. Understand the risks of investing in a private company. You never know if they're going to go public. We think Ripple's going to go public. We're all very confident that's going to happen, but we don't know for sure. As an accredited investor, you understand the risks of investing in private companies, so I'm not going to sit here and lecture you on that. Understand that all I'm doing is showing you a platform to make this available. I'm not telling you to do anything. Right here, this is where I would do it. This is where I got my shares. Great company here. And this will allow you to get access to it. So you can go here, make an account, and buy those shares. I believe Ripple stock right now is trading at a very enticing valuation as well. Red Wave, there's a minimum of 2,500 or 5,000 minimum. Yep, that's accurate. That is accurate. And the more you buy, the better discount you get also. The more you buy, the better discount you get. Yeah, it looks like the stock market's selling off right now, which is annoying because it's like whenever crypto gets some feet, the stock market sells off. I don't believe what's happening in the stock market is necessarily dangerous. No problem, Fire Dog, man. I'm glad I was able to help. I'm glad I was able to help. That's a great question there, Fire Dog. You know, you never really know what kind of questions you're going to get, but it's questions like that it's just like very easily I can point you in the direction. Absolutely love that. And I'm glad we were able to get something there, right? I'm glad we were able to get something there. So just trying to find something real quick. Yeah, guys, I'm just gonna pull up the S&P 500 real quick because I think this is really hurting the cryptocurrency market. We got this big red candle coming in on the SPY. Look, I'm not scared at all about this. I think it's very possible we have this big correction and everyone starts panicking. But like, I mean, what we're down? Is that really only 10%? Yeah, guys, a 10% correction would be so healthy. So healthy. If we could just do this, right, and then move back up, right, this would be really healthy. So I'm not really sweating this at all. To me, this looks really, really good to kind of see XRP kind of come. I mean, sorry, see the SPY kind of bottom here and then move up higher. I'm not sweating this at all. Obviously, we just had this really big expansion right here, and it'd be really nice to see essentially us be able to kind of cool off. And look, you have this all the time, right? You have these expansions and then you kind of have the cool off phase. So I'm not really worried at all kind of about what we're watching here. I think this is why the cryptocurrency market is having a little hard time getting its feet. More war noise this morning going to hurt markets. Yeah, I agree. Look, I believe it's a little bit of a mixed red wave. There was a lot of war narratives kind of going on in this entire expansion, and no one cared. I think a lot of people like to make up narratives when the market is going down, make up narratives when the market is going up that aren't necessarily always related. To me, it just seems like this market is having a nice little healthy pullback right here. And I believe most of what we're seeing will probably just be kind of a short-term buying opportunity. I'm certainly not looking at anything right now, though, and feeling like anything has really changed in the long term for the long-term vision. I'm not sitting here thinking anything's really changed for my long-term outlook. Uh, can someone clean up Jwoo? Just get him on timeout real quick if you're a mod. What's a bearish DXY? Daniel, what do you mean what's a bearish DXY? Good morning from Colorado. Adam, love you too, man. Happy to have you here. Happy to have you here. Jake Claver has an option to buy through his family office at half the price of Link 2. You have to be a member of his mastermind. Yep, Jake's doing some great stuff. Jake buys directly from... Oh, let me... if we want to talk DXY, we can go back over there. Yep, this is what we're watching on DXY. Let me zoom in a little bit. Oh. I have a hard time zooming in very far on the DXY chart just because it's so slow moving. Ultimately, I think we come down. But this is kind of the furthest I like to zoom in on this chart. Look, guys, a lot of people on the DXY, including myself, I'm not afraid to admit defeat here a little bit. I thought this was going to be the moment we came down. We had all this money printing going on. We had all this money printing going on. It was very easy to draw. I don't want to mess with that too much. And it just seemed like it was going to come down here. Everyone feared recession. Everyone feared what was going to happen to the market. And everyone actually ran to dollars for safety. So I think we're having a delayed reaction. I think we're having a delayed reaction to kind of the market coming down. But I think ultimately we're going to come down. Cool. Adam, what did Adam say? Oh, Colorado Springs. I've actually been to Colorado Springs. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What's a bearish DXY number? 100 shares. Oh, sorry. 100 or in the 90s. What number do you want for a bearish? Oh, like what would it get to? Daniel, I really don't have anything completely, to be completely honest with you, outlined. This is one of those charts where I'm just looking for a downtrend to start. The reason why I don't have any specific price targets is what we see is like if we just made this very simple, right? We really just see a long-term oscillation between kind of ups and downs. So look, I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm just predicting that this cycle is going to play out, right? I'm just predicting we're going to continue to see this trend. I'm not so much trying to say that a certain price is going to make anything significantly different. I'm more just trying to predict that we're going to continue to see this trend. So, look, I don't know if I have a specific level in here. I think realistically, we're going to see, like in all these times past, it's going to kind of go up and then down and up. Wow, that was terrible. That was a horrible attempt to draw that. Horrible. I think we're going to kind of see it kind of come up and then come back down and then up and then stabilize and then come back down and then go like that. Like it's going to be something more like this, right? We're just betting that this general trend is going to continue. And maybe it doesn't, right? Maybe it doesn't. But when you're looking at 70 years of history, then it can make you a little more confident that that might be the thing to play out. Jake Claver respects Mickle. That's how I found Mickle. Yeah, I used to do a lot of stuff with Jake back in the day. Last summer, I was going on Jake's lives a lot. He started doing more YouTube lives rather than X lives. And look, I think we're both just busy people, but I love Jake. Jake's a great dude. And me and Jake have different views of the market a lot of times, but when it comes down to a lot of stuff, we're very similar. So huge amount of respect for Jake. Jake's a worker, man. Jake is a worker. Jake is the type of dude who just gets stuff done. Like that dude just gets stuff done. Fury game is scam. No, I think Fury is just a small project. I don't think they're a scam at all. They're building a gaming token, and you just gotta understand that gaming tokens are going to be very volatile, very volatile. It's a micro cap project. I don't think it's a scam though. CD, maybe if you go over to YouTube, Thank you, Arita. I really appreciate it. Is it a coincidence Ripple set up the XRP escrow? Mikkel, is it a coincidence Ripple set up the escrow right after JP Morgan's 50 executives for Ripple's HQ? I think 100% JP Morgan is trying to get a cut of XRP. Oh, very interesting, Taylor. You know, Taylor, I would have to look more into that. I would. Taylor, I wonder if it's... Taylor, that's really interesting. Really interesting. My initial thoughts was that JP Morgan said no institution's ever going to use this, knowing that you can manipulate the price. Maybe it's because they wanted a cut and Ripple was saying, look, we can't give you that cut. I have no idea, but that's a great question. It is. I would have to look more into that. And Taylor, if you have any specific dates around that you could bring up, I would love to see them. But That comment on Brad Garlinghouse about 15 JP Morgan executives in their office, guys, that should tell you all you need to know about how big they are. Murdoch, Colt 45, 2 zigzags, baby, is all we need. Murdoch, fire me up, Murdoch. Fire me up. Nice to see you, Murdoch. I hope you're having a great day, man. Love having you in the chat. Taylor, I will. Taylor, you've the last couple of days, you've given me some great video ideas. So, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. I'll do that for you, Taylor. Yeah, no, Taylor. No, you give me a lot of good video ideas, Taylor. You give me a lot of good video ideas, so appreciate that. Stronghold long term. I don't know enough about Stronghold, to be honest with you. I looked into it a while ago. I mean, guys, here's the thing. Like, it's funny. Like, a lot of you probably know that I'm not big on I'm not like huge on a lot of different cryptocurrency projects. Like, I have cryptocurrency projects I like a lot, like XRP, but my list isn't that long. Look, Stronghold looks cool to me. It's just so small. Like, a lot of this stuff that I think people focus on is just so small. It's going to take a long time for it to kind of get to the place of something like an XRP. So I just see XRP having like this huge lead on disrupting payments at a high level. And look, I can get into something like Stronghold. For me, it's just like a very risky bet. I tend to really focus on the big stuff. I'm mostly a Bitcoin and XRP guy. Look, there's some other things like I like Flare, but like a lot of this smaller stuff, it for me, it's a lot of risk. It's a lot of betting that they can kind of disrupt the leaders. And I just think the leaders have such a massive lead right now. I don't like to hyper focus on the small stuff. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have a couple $100 here and there thrown in some smaller projects for fun, but it's not something I focus on a daily basis because I just think it's so far behind something like a Ripple. Look, when you have Ripple working with central banks, and you have Ripple having executives on their team like Rosie Rios, former member of the Treasury, when you have Ripple working with former BlackRock members, it's just things like that make me think like, how much do I need to focus on some of this other stuff? How poetic would it be if Judge Torres made her final judgment on July 13th? 1 year anniversary of XRP not being a security. Taylor, I've thought about that, to be completely honest with you. I have thought about that. And if we just bring up the chart so everyone sees, July 13th would land us. I mean, talk about symbolism, Taylor. July 13th would land us almost perfectly within this range that I've been watching for the case to end. So it pretty much splits the box in half. Go figure, right? Just add one more coincidence to this entire thing. That's July 13th. That's the date we found XRP wasn't a security. Now, Taylor, it'd be really cool to see the judgment happen before then. But look, I'm not going to get picky on it, right? Whether or not this happens here, like whatever. Like, Tracy says settlement today. Tracy, one of these times you might be right, Tracy. One of these times you might be right. Daniel wants settlement. Daniel wants settlement, and Tracy says it's happening today. Nickel, you talked about your list of crypto. What projects are on it? I don't get into that just because I have another feature on X where I let people see my entire portfolio. So I don't want to get into specific projects necessarily on the live stream. Look, guys, most of my eggs are all in the XRP basket. I do have other projects here and there, but look, the reason I invest in crypto is disrupting the financial system. Like, I see XRP as new rails to the financial system. So it's just like, hey, for me, most of those investments come back down to what is disrupting the financial sector. So I don't really like investing in the AI side of things. Yeah, I agree, Taylor. Rosie Rios is at Ripple for a reason. Daniel, I think you can. I think Casino Coin might have I think we might be able to do it with Casino Coin. I would be down if anyone wants to set that up with Daniel from Casino Coin, a way to bet on settlement um, or the case ending. See, that's one of my things with Casino Coin is like, look, you have this cool feature where you could make bets on Casino Coin, but like the dudes from Casino Coin are just never like putting out like fun bets like that. Like they should really be putting out like options for people to bet. Like that'd be so fun if like we had like a pool where we could all bet on settlement or no settlement. Where's the jug? Oh, here's the jug. Here's the jug. True says he has a secret crush on Rosie. Well, it's not secret anymore, True. It's not secret anymore. I just exposed it to 1,500 people on X, and who knows, maybe Rosie's on the stream. Rosie, if you're on the stream, I would love to see you in the comments. The milk jug. Yeah, the milk jug is out. My friends call me Mick. I don't have it written on this one, but my friends call me Mick. Oh, it disappears. My friends call me Mick, and I had Mick written on here, and one of my roommates always changes it to milk. And my wife ate in the room. There you go, True. There you go. Oh, no problem, Murdoch. Murdoch, keep those eyes on the road, Murdoch. We want you nice and safe. Always glad to have you. Smash the like button. Yes. Would really appreciate that. It's amazing kind of how the stream grows on X. It's really interesting to me how the stream grows on X. Yeah, we got 1,400 people according to this on X, which is ridiculous. Also, guys, quick shout out to Zach Rector. His channel was deleted, which is terrible. Make sure you can do whatever you can to help support Zach with that. I've lost my channel before. It's very stressful. It stinks, so. Is this a 24-hour live stream until the case is... imagine if I went live until the case was over. That would be ridiculous. What was I about to say? Guys, if you're on YouTube, make sure to drop a like on the stream. Yeah, true. Zach got bagged by YouTube. He'll get his channel back. I know he'll get it back. Oh, I just realized something too. Yeah, that's all right. Oh, cool. It does do that. Let me... Sorry, 1 second, guys. Adam, thank you. I'm not even sure if I entirely know what that means, but thank you, man. Thank you. Mickle, you can't leave your desk. Oh, guys, there would be some crazy... I would love to do like a wild stream. Like some kind of challenge to see how long I can go. But today is not going to be that day. I'll tell you that right now. Today is not going to be that day. Not enough interesting stuff happening. Maybe on a day where something really crazy was happening, like on a big XRP pump, like won't get off live until something happens. I'd be down to do that, but today ain't going to be that day. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got. A 24-hour live stream. A 24-hour live stream would be crazy. $10 and 23 minutes for the halving. That's exciting. That's exciting. I mean, I don't know if anything's really going to change, to be completely honest with you. I don't think the halving makes much of a difference anymore, but still exciting. It gets people excited. Gets people who are non-crypto to start thinking about crypto. You have 10 hours left. Yeah, I'll stream till the halving. I'll stream till the halving. I'll stream till the halving. I should become an undercover agent at Ripple. Also, guys, if you're on YouTube, make sure to drop a like on the stream. Super, super, super helpful. Really would appreciate that. Mikkel, should I wait post halving to convert some BTC to XRP? Look, I can't make that call for you, unfortunately. That's just 24-hour live streams when you're out of... Yeah, Taylor, that's a good time to do it. That's a good time to do it. Look, I'm waiting for like some really fun price action to really get a live stream ripping. Really get a live stream ripping. Oh, Hong Kong ETF live April 30th. I didn't know that. I didn't know the exact date on that. I didn't know the exact date on that. That's exciting. That's exciting. And guys, we talked about this earlier, right? We talked about this earlier. Right now, most of the price action, I believe, is really just getting held back by the S&P. I think the stock market's kind of holding things back a little bit, unfortunately. I think we kind of make it out of this, but right now, this has not been helpful to the cryptocurrency market in the slightest, right? We're probably going to have to create a bottom here on the S&P 500. Oh, the Dow looks better. Yeah, I mean the Dow is kind of kind of like the safety play, right? The Dow is the safety play, so I think a lot of people are kind of running away from risk. Cryptocurrencies are risk. Oh well, guys, this is not good for me getting off the live. It looks like Bitcoin's making a recovery. Looks like Bitcoin's making a recovery. This is not good for me getting off live, unfortunately. This is not good at all. Let's see if we can get some movement on XRP. Let's see if we can get some movement on XRP. We'll keep hanging out. Let's see if we can get some movement on XRP. Let's see how sustainable this pump is for Bitcoin. It looks like the market's reversing a little bit. It looks like the market's reversing. Good sign. Tesla's positive. Tesla's positive. It looks like the market is off its low. Let's see how sustainable this is. Looks like the Nasdaq has got a nice little reversal going. This is nice. This is nice. This stream goes on for the stream might not end. The stream might not end. Guys, if you're on YouTube, make sure you're dropping a like on the stream. If you're on X, make sure to share the stream. And if you're new here, right, make sure to sub. Make sure to sub. Would love to get new subscribers on the channel. Always really cool to be able to get new people interacting with the stream. So really appreciate that. Who can tell me how many nines there are between 1 and 100? That's a crazy question. Thank you, man. Thank you, Half. I just go Dano. Thank you, Dano. Really appreciate that you enjoy the content. Really appreciate that you enjoy the content. And I plan on keeping it coming. So awesome having you here. Make sure to like and subscribe. Silver Days has got it. Silver Days has got it. Like and subscribing is super helpful. Let's see. Is the NASDAQ trying to make a move right now? Or is it just kind of wavering? $11. 11 what? Oh, nines. What time is the tea time? Tea time's tomorrow. Lucky for me, it looks like I'm going to get rained on, so that's always exciting. Oh. Gonna be wet and cold. I don't want to play in the wet and cold. Oh. Ian, good to see you. Ian. I don't know if I missed your comments before, but always nice to see you popping up in the live. Always nice to see you pop up in the live. Oh, I didn't even realize I was sharing the wrong chart. I wanted to be taking a look at this one. This is a better time for me rather than 2 a.m. That makes sense, Ian. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Yep, Tracy, that's the Northeast, unfortunately. Let's see, anything else interesting? I haven't checked out the news in a bit. Let me see if there's anything interesting going on X right now. SEC going after Tron. Interesting. I don't know how over the top or surprising that is. What's XRP? We could take a look at that, Daniel. I don't mind taking a look at that. 3 XRP dev. Take a look at that. Oh, what'd I do? I'm guessing it's kind of slow right now, but it's a great background. It is a great background. It's a fantastic background. Do I like H-bar? I do like H-bar. It's not anything I'm like overly crazy about. But I do like H-bar. Just seeing if there's anything in the news right now that we can jump into. Someone commented earlier today that David Schwartz resigned from Ripple, and I was like, oh no, yeah, I had to work off today. True. So figured I'd run a little live stream. end of the fiscal year. It's time to get that the last of the PTO burned. Hey Mickle, just seeing you're on. Darren, good to have you, man. Good to have you. Yeah, we've been going all morning. We've been going all morning. Good to have you. Good to have you. They talked about me. Oh God, I was on the Moon Lambo show. Let me. What'd they talk about me from? Article. What was my star in the Moon Lambo show? Oh, about the Bitcoin to XRP price chart. Does anyone have that article? I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I'll have to check that out on the Moon Lambo side. I'll have to check that out on the Moon Lambo side. I always love getting featured in other people's videos. I think it's so cool. Was it this morning? Let me see. Mickle, you're on the Moon Lambo show today. All right, there's only one video today, so I'm popping it open. I want to see myself in an article. Oh, regarding the Bollinger Bands. Damn, I stole that from someone else, so yikes. I mean, isn't everyone stealing everyone? It's content at the end of the day. Oh, it is Moon. Oh, Fox Business. He started with. Let's see. I'm guessing he does XRP price at the end of the video. Come on, someone give me. Messi, do you know what time he said it? Do you know what time frame he said it? The video I'm watching right now is just looks like him talking about the Ripple SEC case. I don't see any article in this one. Oh, probably multiple indicators point to massive run. Let's see. Oh yeah, in recent analysis, Mickle. That's cool. On the crypto. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Let me see if I can find it. The crypto XRP Mickle. What news source is this? Oh, the Crypto Basic. Three big indicators of XRP massive run. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. Very interesting. There, I got a little spotlight. In recent analysis, Mickle, do I get a link to my video? Oh, I even get a link to my video. Look at that. Look at that. We're going places here, guys. We're going places. We're going places. That's cool. That's cool. I gotta tweet this out. You know, it's funny when the Crypto Basic is highlighting me for my technical analysis, and I do like no technical analysis on my channel. Oh man, that's good. But it's cool to see, right? It's cool to see. Very cool. Very cool. Thanks for calling that out. It looks like it's generally pretty. Cool. Read it out. All right, we can get through this. Why not? All right. As the legal skirmish between Ripple and the SEC draws to a close, XRP price predictions have caught the eye of the crypto market analysts, with recent evaluations suggesting a potential surge in volume. Mikkel, a prominent crypto YouTuber and market analyst, recently examined XRP's price movements and called attention to the three indicators that spelled out an optimistic future for XRP once the Ripple and SEC case comes to a final close. In recent analysis, Mikkel confirmed that XRP has been trading within a massive consolidation pattern, a common proprietary phase for cryptocurrencies before making significant price moves. According to him, this consolidation is likely to conclude in tandem with the end of the Ripple SEC case. Historically, similar alignments have resulted in substantial volatility and then price increases for XRP as investors and traders respond to newfound regulatory clarity. For context, when Judge Torres ruled last July, XRP itself is not a security, investors trooped into the market, triggering a massive demand surge. The spike in demand led to a substantial price run with XRP skyrocketing to 93 cents. Despite the subsequent retracement in recent weeks that followed, the earlier surge demonstrated the impact of a pivotal ruling in the case. As pundits expect another critical ruling, the placement of the current consolidation endpoint further bolsters the last bullish outlook. The placement consolidates with a critical judicial and broader crypto cycles, with major assets including Bitcoin are reaching all-time highs and altcoins are breaking out. The sync of the market behavior and individual asset milestones can amplify the price movements. Then they have these Bollinger Bands. In addition, Mikkel called attention to a second indicator on the XRP weekly chart that supports the bullish outlook, the Bollinger Bands. These bands are a technical analysis tool used to gauge market volatility and potential price breakouts. Presently, XRP's Bollinger Bands are showing a squeeze, a condition typically followed by a significant price movement. Mikkel highlight previous instances in 2017 and 2020 where similar squeezes in XRP's bands led to increases of 32,000, 10,000%. Wow, this is pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. This is a pretty good analysis of my video. I mean, whoever did this definitely watched the entire video. Wow, they even go into the macroeconomic effect. Yeah, so this is essentially breaking down my entire video. Very, very cool. And the last thing they kind of hit on, and I would read through the article, guys, but I mean, I've been talking about this on the live channel at nauseum, is kind of the Bitcoin to XRP price chart we were breaking down earlier. Very cool, very cool. Who's the author? Who's the author? Very interesting, very interesting. Cool. Cool. Damn. Nickel for president. Thank you, Gonzo. Thank you. It's funny to see articles kind of written about something you did a video on. I wish I could see how many views this got. I'm sure I can see on my YouTube indicator how many people came from this article to watch the video. Probably not many. Very interesting, though. Thanks for bringing that to my attention, Messi. I always appreciate when you guys are watching other channels and see me mentioned and call it out. It's just cool to see. It's cool to see. Let me go to the news real quick. See if there's anything I need to hit on. Mickle for president. I love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys, I don't see much more going on in the news right now. I'll definitely pop back up later if things change. But I gotta get some food in me. I gotta get some food in me. And to be honest, there's not anything overly exciting going on in the market right now. So we'll close it out for here. If anything else happens later in the day, I won't be able to resist going live. So we'll do that. Going to be watching the same points we've kind of been watching. And if anything happens, who knows? You might see me live in like another hour or something. All right, guys, I'm going to call it here. Thank you so much for coming. Taylor, I will make sure to look into that for my next video. No, I won't say my next video. It could be this video. It could be this video, actually, Taylor. It could be this video. Let me look into that, and we'll see how it ends up. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it. You guys are all absolutely amazing. Quick final shout out to Gonzo, Murdoch, Fire Dog, Red Wave, the XRP Scum, Fire Dog, Silver Days, man. You guys are all absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. It really, really does mean a lot to me. You guys make these live streams so much fun. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I'll probably see you around. For now, Mickle out.